And now, our volunteer of the year for the Good Samaritan Society, Trisha Johnson, from the Good Samaritan Society in Newell, Iowa. Trisha began spending time at the Good Samaritan Society Newell at the young age of 2, when she would go there to visit her great-grandmother. Through the years, her visits to the center continued, and she began to volunteer and spend time with the residents. Now, as a recent college graduate, her service to the center continues. Staff members say Trisha gravitates towards people in need and is always willing to lend a hand. For years, she had visited the center on Christmas Eve, helping with the meal or singing Christmas songs. They know that they can call on her in the last minute to deliver food to Meals on Wheels clients. She also helps with bingo and other activities and assists with the center's Helpers Club by picking flowers and balloons up for the residents for their birthdays. Trisha began coming to the center before I was employed here because her great-grandma lived here. She always loved coming to see the residents and just loved spending time with all of them. She is very humbled by all of this, says her mother, Diane Johnson, who also serves as the center's activity coordinator. Staff members say that no matter what she's asked to do, Trisha does it with enthusiasm and a smile. She is a good-natured, bright, caring, and loving woman. She was raised and brought up within the Good Samaritan Society, so it's like a second home to her. For her contributions, the Good Samaritan Society has named Trisha as our 2014 Volunteer of the Year. Trisha says her favorite part of volunteering is getting to know the residents and hearing their stories. I just like the feeling of making someone happy, says Trisha. Her calling in life to help others, and it shows in all that she does and in what she has chosen for a career as well, which is teaching. And I asked her what she was teaching, and math is what she's teaching. And she already has a job. Her parents are very proud of that. She just graduated. I can relate with a child that just graduated. Caring and compassion are second nature to her. Staff members say Trisha is always respectful and smiling. She will sit and listen to residents' concerns, read to them, laugh, cry, and pray with them. Anyone can ask her to assist with something, and she's right there willing to help. When Trisha's mom told her that she was named Volunteer of the Year, Trisha got teary and asked why it was her. Diane explained that others had nominated her, and she reminded Trisha of all that she had done for the residents over the past 15 years. She delivered Meals on Wheels with her grandmother before she was old enough to drive, and then on her own every year since she has turned 16. Every year, she has also planned and completed a project with the residents for 4-H. Painted resident rooms for her National Honor Society project, weeded flower beds, ran errands, helped with serving and cleanup at many picnics, went along on outings, spent one-on-one time with residents, and much, much more. Trisha recently graduated from Buena Vista University in Storm Lake, Iowa. Her family include her parents, Rod and Diane, and sisters Jess and Angie. We are pleased to honor Trisha Johnson as the 2014 Volunteer of the Year. Would Trisha and Nick please come forward?
We were visiting earlier, and I asked Trisha what her favorite event was or thing to do, and it was at Christmas time. You said you dress up with ornaments, and can you send a picture of that?
I could look into it.
All right. At your age, and our former award winner as well, makes me just so proud, and to think of this next generation winning these awards and how they're caring for people now in many ways. In your first quarter of life, if you will, you've volunteered more than most in their whole lifetime. And what an example you are for many. Your parents must be so proud, as we are of you. Thank you for volunteering and making a difference in the lives of the people we serve. And it's my honor to present you this award, Trisha, Volunteer of the Year 2014. Congratulations.
Thank you. First, I want to say congratulations to the other two for CNA and Staff Member of the Year. I know that most kids are somewhat afraid to go into a nursing home, but I was just the exact opposite. Like they said before, I spent a lot of time visiting my grandma when she was in the nursing home, and it just kind of grew from there. I couldn't wait to go out for a visit. As I got older and spent more time there, I felt like it would make the resident, I felt like I wanted to make the residents happy in any way I could, whether it was painting fingernails, reading them a book, doing anything I could just to make them smile. What started it was bowling with the residents during activity time. That painting their fingernails was my personal favorite. When I started driving, I would always run errands for the staff members and residents alike. Anytime there was a resident that had a craving for a certain type of food, I would get it, knowing that it was important for them to eat, whether it was healthy or not. So whether it was playing bingo with Otis, painting Dougie's toenails, or getting VJ his pickled herring, Pringles, and Diet Dew, I was more than happy to do it. When Nick called me and told me that I won Volunteer of the Year locally, I was floored. I thought to myself, I don't do enough to earn this award, but I was reminded by the amazing nomination letter a staff member wrote about me. I kept thinking as I read it, I did that because I wanted to, or I did that because I think it'd make the residents happy. I didn't think of it as volunteering in the word. I just think it's important, growing up with my parents, that whatever you can do for someone else to make them happy is important to do. And if you are able to do it, you should. So, needless to say, when Nick told me I won nationally, I didn't believe a single word he said. And even when the center sent out the press release of the names of the 3 winners, I still didn't believe him. And even as I'm standing here giving you the speech, I kind of still don't believe it. So I just want to say thank you so much for this award, and it means so much to me, and thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Come and get it later.